Chapter 23. Closter Cracker thought about how Femke van der Waal would never be satisfied by one man. Deep down, Cracker knew it wouldn't last. He knew she'd be off to the next guy and then to the next. Oh well, the rock star gangster said to himself, no time to sit here and cry about it. Timon will be at the shop soon to talk to us about something. Closter Cracker took a deep breath, sighed, and went up to the bathroom door and said, I'm out of here, Femke. Wait, Klaus. Please don't leave like this. She had one leg propped up on the sink with a shaving cream on it and the other balancing her ballerina body like a flamingo. The rock star gangster, his mind turning to mush, was instantly drawn into the tempting act before him. What were you going to say? She asked him. What? Klaus said, his lip hanging. Really? He was disgusted with himself. He wanted to say to hell with it and tell her that she was a bitch and a whore and a no-good tramp. But he knew he wouldn't. Not right now. Probably later, when she pissed him off again. For now, though, she had him in her snare. Again. I have to get over to the shop. Timon has to talk to us about something. We'll try to work this out later. You know I love you, right, Klaus? The rock star gangster just said sure, whatever. His subconscious said, don't believe a fucking word she says. Just tell me you love me, baby. Klaus rolled his eyes. It's not just about that, Femke. This shit's gotta stop. Klaus, baby, she said, nicking her leg with the razor. Ouch! She looked up at him, mad at him now. Now look at what you made me do. Figures right to the pain when the shit goes bad. Whatever, he thought. Finally free from the model's tentacles, Klaus trotted down the stairs and slammed the door. It's the last fucking time, he told himself. He was at Dykestraat 33 in under a minute. Sorry, he said to Mano, I got held up. Mano Clyson stared roguishly at his partner. Let me guess, the scholarly gangster said, having problems with Femke again. Klaus grunted. She's nothing but trouble, Klaus. The rockstar gangster looked up, then to the floor. He was ashamed. Time and time again, I've warned you about her. Mano retreated to his pliers in his right back pocket. She's a great piece of ass, what can I say? Klaus the Cracker pretended to be indifferent, but inside he was saying, you're such a fool. Damn fool. To Mano then he said, I don't know what to do. Dump the whore, Mano said as he walked over to the bar. With his pliers he plucked a bud from the sample tray, twirled it under the light. You've broken plenty of hearts, lad. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stand up. Be a man. Klaus knew deep down that he lacked the intestinal fortitude to show Femke the door. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes, he said to Mano. Timo said he's bringing some things to the shop later. Any idea what's going on? I guess we'll find out soon. Go ahead and let the stampede through. Mano unlocked the door, and all at once a horde of guests piled into the shop. Several patrons quickly made their way to the bar. Mano said to them, make yourselves at home, ladies and gentlemen. After a series of handshakes, howdy-you-do's, and kisses on the cheeks, the two weed tenders regrouped at the bar where they took orders. Yes, Klaus the Cracker said, we have about everything that you can imagine today. He turned around and set Nirvana's Pain on the stereo. Mano had already begun negotiations on the first deal. A line had formed. People waited for their morning fixes. This is the shit, Mano Clyson said, reaching into a large 100-gram Ziploc bag. With his trusty pliers, he removed the healthy bud and twirled the potent strain under the fluorescent light. The new Northern Lights. The strain packs quite a punch. The first customers, a couple from France, ordered 20 grams of the Emerald Buzz. They raced over to a couch to enjoy their smoke. The next guy bought 10 grams of Northern Lights, and a gram of this and a gram of that from other things on the menu. He had over a dozen baggies in front of him. He too retreated to smoke. The couple on the couch offered a hit to Klaus, who said, "Thanks, I didn't get much to smoke this morning." I was thinking about them. "It's quite tasty," the French woman said. "Damn straight," the rock star gangster replied. 25 a gram, said Nano from over at the bar. Klaus's eyes diverted to the silver BMW that had just pulled up and stopped in front of the shop. Some of the customers became antsy, wondering if it was an undercover cop. To the crowd, Mano said, "It's the owner of the coffee shop. Not the problem. In fact, he's come to drop off some more goodness." The crowd seemed spellbound by such an announcement. Timon de Boer hopped out of his ride, looked around, and then made his way to the trunk, where he removed a brown paper bag. He quickly migrated toward the shop, entered, and threw a round of introductions and pleasantries into the air. He wanted to appear gracious to the crowd. "Everyone's having a good time, I see. How's life in paradise?" Mano asked. "Lillian keeps me busy, that's for sure." Mano shook his head up and down slowly. He gave the boss a cross-eyed glance and said, "Looks like we'll need more of the Silver Haze and Northern Lights, and possibly Tabisla. I brought some Sputnik. Perhaps that'll tide you over. I'll make a note for the rest." Timon gave the signal to convene in the back. He said to Klaus, "Stay up front, lad." Klaus cranked up the volume to Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit and busied himself with the customers. In the back, Timon said to Mano, "Business is good, I see." He missed times like these when the shops were full and everyone was having a good time, living carefree. That he was growing older now, well, 56 wasn't that old, gave him the wisdom to see the city for what it was. He knew that the time had come for him to move on. It had everything to do with Lillian, who was ill and needed the care from the doctors in Switzerland. The men kissed each other on the cheeks. Mano looked up with his copper-red eyes and said, "All is well, I presume?" Timon set down the brown paper sack and removed a plate of hashish. "Look, partner, Afghani special, chock full of THC. Let me tell you, it's fucking strong, lad. Fetches about 50 a gram in the shops up in Rotterdam." "Very nice," the scholarly gangster said, removing the cellophane packaging. With his pliers, he pulled off a corner of the plate and saw a golden chestnut brown radiating from the center. "Nice. Will there be more?" "I'm afraid it's the only one. Something special I had rat-holed away from my private stock." "A private stock," Mano thought. "Why sell it?" "Not to sell, lad. For your own personal pleasure." Mano Kleisen knew the gesture meant one thing. "We've had some good times," the old Don stated flatly. "And many more to come, I suspect," Mano retorted. He tilted his head to the side and waited for a reply. "For you, maybe," the old Don said. Mano was taken aback. He waited for Timon's explanation. Click, click, click. "Lillian's ill, as you know. We'll be leaving for Switzerland soon. We will not return." "The doctors will cure her, you'll see." Mano's eyes glazed over. "Then you will come back, my friend." "No, Lillian and I have decided to spend out our days far away from here. We'll be leaving the country for good. It's your time now, lad. You've been expecting this for a long time. The dawn of a new day, it has arrived. I see, Mano said, realizing the ramifications. The scholarly gangster removed a packet of money and handed it to Timon. Last week's gross, over 80 grand and some change, a profit margin of 60%. You never cease to amaze me, a master of your trade, Mano. He handed the envelope back. Not a concern of mine anymore. With presentiment, Mano took the money and said, "If it is how it must be. My time is done, friend. I've arranged everything for you. All trade will remain the same. You must take the new generation by the hand. Ternosian needs somebody like you." It was difficult to describe the sincerity in the old Don's voice. "And I have been stemming all day trying to figure this out. But it only confuses me. Is there something else, Timo?" "You never miss a thing, do you, lad?" "There is a thing. It's more of a personal matter, really. Not a problem," Mano assured him. "Certainly it couldn't be worse than anything we've been through before. It concerns a debt I owe. Hopefully it won't take long for you to resolve this matter." The old Don pulled out his drum tobacco and rolled a cigarette in a matter of seconds. "The problem is," he said with hesitation, "you could have a war on your hands before it's over." Intently, Mano said, "No longer a concern of yours. It will be handled as always." Timon the Burr explained the plan that he and Yosh van den Berg had devised for the young American. "His name is William Dempsey, and he's a good kid, an extremely hard worker, honest and down to earth." It was all the same to Mano Clayson. Business was business. The autistic man took off his glasses and with a silk kerchief polished the polycarbonate lenses of his frames. "The lad'll be staying on the farm with me until he's ready. I don't see it being more than a few days. He'll be in your hands from there." "Not to worry," Mano Clayson assured his longtime friend and partner in crime. "I'll inform Klaus." Timon de Boer was relieved. "Good then. Tell Lillian I wish her the best," Mano said at last. The two men shook hands and hugged compassionately. On the way back to the front, Mano said, "Does the boy know of your plans to leave Holland?" "I'll let him know when the time is right." Both men knew the adventures that they'd been through, the beatings, the drug deals, the suitcases of money, the secrets.